Hi there, everybody. Greetings and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with a show that we do, usually every second Thursday. So I kind of basically rotate two different shows. So the one we're doing today is called Hidden Gems, and the album I've chosen for this is the Who's self-titled album, which was actually their final album. Most bands don't do their self-titled album at the end, but they did. Some people call this the Detour album because it says Detour on the thing here, but to me, it doesn't say that on the side here. Clearly doesn't. It just says the Who. Who love I? Okay. Anyways, so this is the album we're going to be doing today. So Hidden Gems is basically, I pick out an album from a band that maybe doesn't get any attention, but should get attention because I think it's as good as other albums in their discography. So for me, this one, I think is probably the last Who album we'll ever see. It's been about 8 years now since I think they put this out. 7 or 8. Let me just check. I think it was 2018. 2019. So it's been about 6 years since this album came out, and this was about maybe, I want to say, about 12 years between this one and Endless Wire, and then 23 years between Endless Wire and their previous album before that. So they didn't make a lot of albums over the last 3 decades, but this one is really good. And I would argue to say that this might be my second or third favorite Who album. And that's saying a lot considering it's very late in their career. They're probably their final album, like I said. But it just has such good stuff on it. And the thing about this album as opposed to Endless Wire, I like Endless Wire too, but Endless Wire, I found Roger Daltrey's voice was really raggedy. It sounded terrible on the album, but it's because it's Roger Daltrey, I put up with it. But here, he sounds so much better. It's like just an absolute huge improvement on his voice on this. Is it the same as it was in the 70s and the 60s? No, but it's much better here. I like almost all the tracks on this album. Different points when I first put this in my playlist, there was different points where some of the songs were at the top, and then other songs that I didn't initially like came and feathered through, and then more from the bottom. It seemed to have moved almost all of them through. Really solid. The opening track, All This Music Must Fade. This whole album is kind of a revisit to the Who's past. They're talking about things they did, and the songs are all reference to a lot of things that happened in the past. So kind of a retrospective, I guess, if you want to call it, but each of the songs has a little bit of that. And then there's some just really solid stuff on here. So All the Music Must Fade, the opening track, really good. Ball and Chain, I like this one a lot. I think a lot of people can identify with it. Don't Want to Get Wise. It never was a song written about a band that was so apropos, You could tell that they never wanted to get old. And the fact that they're old now, they've acknowledged that. He says it at the end. He says, we didn't want to get wise. I have to admit I'm wise, right? That just happens whether you want it or not. Detour, another great tune. No, so to me, the two best tracks on here are Beads on One String, just talking about how their band, they were all the same. They all were beads on one string. They were all, even though they had different lives and fought with each other, they were still brothers brothers to each other, basically what it's about. Hero, Ground Zero, another decent track. I believe it's the street song that was written by his brother, by Simon, by Pete Townshend's brother Simon. I just want to make sure of that. I'm pretty sure there's a nice picture of them too, by the way. That's what they look like when they made this album. Pretty sharp looking old buzzards. I don't think it's going to tell me here though. Oh, wait, here we are. No, that one doesn't tell me either. It doesn't tell me. Well, at any rate, Zach Starkey on the drums, of course. It's a really good song. It probably should have been a hit, actually. It sounds like that type of pop song that would make a hit on the radio. But album didn't do much when it came out, and I don't think it was crapped on or anything like that. It just didn't get the kind of positive review that it probably could have gotten, should have gotten. The problem with people today, though, is that they want every album that comes out by that band to be better than the previous one. How can you expect an album like Who's Next to be topped or The Tommy to be topped? It's very difficult to do. Those are once in a generational type albums for bands. I'll Be Back, good track. Break the News, Rockin' in Rage. This one is really good. It's got a little bit of that old kind of Who animosity going on there. She Rocked My World. Yeah, it's probably the only track on the album that not really warmed up to, but the rest of the stuff is good. I like the album cover. You got there's some really outstanding pictures here. You got Chuck Berry here. You've got where is it? Yeah, this is a picture of downtown in London, I believe. And you've got Pete Townsend about to smash his guitar all over the stage. And then, of course, that's Muhammad Ali. There's a picture of the British Union Jack. And then there's this funny picture of Batman and Robin here, which I kind of like quite a bit too. Yeah, it's just a solid album. I can't say enough good stuff about it. It doesn't get enough attention, so it's going to get some today, which is what I wanted to do. And my throat feels better now, so I can actually talk a little longer than I probably could earlier. It's funny, I just think my head got clogged by that window. Yeah. Anyways, what are you going to do? I think I feel better now. But the album, great. Like it a lot. So give it a listen. And thanks for joining me here on Hidden Gems. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you want to make comments about the Who's last album, their self-titled album, you can, or one of their other albums. If you want to talk about that, you can. Or if you just want to talk about members of the band or reminisce about Keith Moon, that seems to be a popular topic all the time, you can do that as well. Anyways, I hope to see you all next week when we be doing the other show, whose name I can't remember at this moment. So I will see you all next week for that. So take care and have a good one. Goodbye.